Hello, welcome back to Poorly Explained. Are you ready for the Mega Monster Battle?
I don't know.
Are you ready to join Zap Spacey?
What?
So the organization is Zap.
Yeah.
That's the acronym. Spacey is just a word that they add to the acronym. Spacey isn't.
So it's ZAP, not ZAT.
ZAP, yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna guess it. I don't care.
Okay. It's Zeta Astronomical Pioneers. They don't say this in the fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
They say it in the movie.
That I assume came out after the show.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
So the crew of Zap Spacey's Pendragon is rerouted to Monster Fight Planet Boris. They crash land and while out on recon, they find a guy with a dangerous collection of trading cards who helps them fight off the advancing Red King.
Sounds familiar.
Red King?
Yeah.
Red King shows up a lot. He looks like a corn cob.
Okay.
He's not red.
I didn't figure.
There is a Red King. He was in the American one. And I referred to him as Red King. He died. I think he walked off a cliff.
I vaguely recall that.
Either that or his girlfriend walked off a cliff. One of them walked off a cliff, and it was the funniest thing. Okay, so after electing to remain freelance, Trading Card Man runs off, while the captain and the walking encyclopedia follow him. Meanwhile, the mechanic and the first officer go off to find a coil so the Pendragon doesn't explode. Trading Card Man is located, and the captain attempts to persuade him to join, offering to let him kill any monsters along the way. Also, a giant made of stone, who is definitely not an Ultraman, might be out to kill him.
Kill who?
Trading cards.
Oh.
He's having these, visions of definitely not Ultraman in stone. And I think he's like, yeah, no, this guy's coming for me. He's made of stone. He's stuck in a mountain, but he's coming for me.
Are we back to fucking... Oh, God. Which one was in the pyramid?
That was Tiga. And we're not quite there. Because trading cards does not become an Ultraman.
No.
He's just a regular, Pokemon trainer. He caught the Route 1 bird and everything. The Route 1 bird being the first bird from Ultra Q. I'm sure you don't remember that. But there was a bird who fought a bootleg Godzilla.
Oh, I think I seem to vaguely recall that there was a whole bit about them researching the bird and dinosaur or whatever.
Yeah. An invisible monster frames trading cards for sabotaging the Pendragon, so he and the first officer go out to collect new batteries.
Why is this happening again?
What do you mean?
This is the second time an invisible something or other is framing a character.
I'm sure this has happened more than...
I don't know if you remember... I'm sure you remember the one that kept pulling out What's-His-Face's... it pulled out What's-His-Face's gun. And...
I mean, now that you mention it, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
But this is a different one. It feeds off electricity or something like that.
Great.
So they go out and collect new batteries, and they form a bond, and now she trusts him. Because he wasn't the one sabotaging the Pendragon. The gang heads to a supply base, only to find it's been destroyed by a monster. Luckily, it's still hanging around, so they can revenge kill it. The stone giant in trading cards' visions, it's shockingly revealed to be Ultraman.
Wow. Wasn't it just literally a statue of Ultraman?
Yeah. You see, Ultraman got petrified in a mountain by the big bad of the show.
Okay.
His name is Ray Blood. In the movie, they call him Ray Brad, and I love it. I watched the English dub of the movie. It was phenomenal.
Okay.
The gang arrives in the capital to rescue the sole survivor, a mystery lady who has committed identity theft and can also control monsters, but only when no one's looking. She challenges trading cards to a mega monster battle and tries to frame him after he cheats to defeat her and her monster. You see, he cheats because he brings out 2 monsters at once.
Oh, it's just a double battle.
No, you can't do that. It's supposed to be one-on-ones. You can't just throw out your entire party. Which is what he might have actually done. I think he has 3 at this point.
Oh.
Or maybe he's only got the 2. Anyway, identity fraud forces trading cards to leave Zap, and later kidnaps the walking encyclopedia to raise the stakes in her rematch. Trading card cheats yet again. So I think this time Zap shows up and they start shooting the monsters. Like, that's not fair. Now you got 2 monsters and the Pandragon shooting you. That's stupid. You can't do that. The source of the monsters is revealed to be a space-time wad who arrived with a CG abomination of a baby.
You know what that makes me think of? Do you remember, have you seen the final act of Drakengard?
No.
Okay, well, there's a whole thing about like the ancients or something like that, and when they finally get summoned, they're revealed to be giant stone babies.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, no, that's what this makes me think of.
Yeah, no, it was a horrifying baby. Also, the space-time wad is the same wad from original Ultraman, who can control fourth dimensionally. The reason why all the monsters are there is because it's opened up a whole bunch of space-time rifts.
Okay.
And just pulled monsters from Earth and space. See, because in this timeline, it's been 50 years since the last monster attack on Earth, and that's why they're out colonizing other planets.
Sure wish we could do that much progress in 50 years.
Well, yeah, I got another.
Yeah, no.
That's not going to happen.
We landed on the moon more than almost 60 years ago.
That's good enough. Good enough. We don't need to go to planet Boris. There's nothing on Boris aside from monsters.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying we need to go. I'm just saying, like, it's been 60 years since we landed on the moon. Well, actually, probably about 50 since the last time we landed on the moon. And we're now recently just thinking about going back. And Elon Musk is failing to get us to Mars.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll get those monsters to show up at some point, and then we'll get a giant dude in a rubber suit to fight them, and then we'll be inspired to go to space, and
then we'll discover the nectar barrier, and we'll have to build giant robot girlfriends to take to go.
That'll come with it too. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Get some asshole to be like, it's my Megan Ites. Please ignore the lipstick. In fact, we'll just cover that up. The panel.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine.
Makeout mode activate. Anyway.
The gang has to stop a lake monster from blowing a chunk out of the planet. Trading cards recruits it.
What do you mean by recruits?
Does
he recruit it like an SMT protagonist recruits it, or does he just, like, catch it?
He catches it in his trading card.
So Temtem.
Yes.
God damn it!
You see, there was some. I know we kind of glossed over him blowing a chunk out of the planet. That was real.
Yeah, I was like, it's a monster in a lake, and it's gonna blow a chunk out of the entire planet. I was like,
see, there's some ore down there that if it gets electrified, it gets supercharged and it'll explode. It's what they're using for an artificial sun. and so there's a whole bunch of like ore that leads down into the center of the planet. And because this is an electric monster, he's been heating it up. And yeah.
That's stupid.
No, it's great. Alien discs force the Pendragon to crash land in the ocean, where the mechanic shoves a baby King into the generator to make repairs.
Aye.
That's what baby King sounds like. By the way, these discs are not discs. They are part of King Joe.
Okay.
And I don't know why they call them discs. I don't know where they got that from.
You mean they're not even shaped like discs?
No. One of them is shaped like a torso. With arms. And a gun. The gang runs into a group of survivors on Ultraman Island who want to go to a supply depot to get repair parts, but first must go through 3 monsters and King Joe Black.
Okay.
See, there's monsters just hanging out at the depot, and when they kill them, King Joe Black shows up, and then they have to kill him too.
Why?
Because he's guarding the parts.
Why?
That'll be explained in Season 2.
Okay.
Actually, no, it won't. Because what's happening on Boris doesn't really have anything to do with what happens later. Anyway, Ultraman's barrier around Ultraman Island is weakening, allowing Super Beast to attack. Identity Fraud now has access to Zeton. Also, the CG baby did a Houdini.
Was it trapped somewhere?
Well, it was, they found it in some rubble.
Uh-huh.
And when the girl looked away, the baby just fucking teleported.
I wouldn't call that a Houdini.
That's a Houdini. It's escaping the rubble. It's escaping into the future.
Okay.
Houdini didn't do disappearing acts, did he?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, I thought he
Pretty
did.
sure he just did.
Escape tricks?
Yeah.
That's kind of lame.
Yeah, he was an escape artist more so than a magician.
Okay, well.
Magic. Sorry, that's coming from me and Danganronpa V3. Just the fucking.
You see, I thought he also did, like, teleportation, quote-unquote teleportation and disappearing acts and whatnot. I assumed he had a wide selection, otherwise why would we call him why would we make his name synonymous with bullshit magic?
I don't know, man.
But, whatever, who cares?
I think the most famous thing Houdini's known for was the thing he did the most, which was getting out of a straitjacket. But that was because he was, like, double jointed, and he could
pretend to be a normal person.
Well, more or less, he could put his joints into normal positions and then contort them into weird positions to get out of it.
Alright, well, Zeton clowns on trading cards as monsters. Trading Cards has a dream that he was the CG baby, and Identity Fraud confirms it, and he's revealed to be a Ray Blood.
Wait, who?
Identity Fraud?
No. Who's revealed to be Ray Blood?
Trading Cards. The main character.
Is a Soma reveal?
Like he's a Dracula?
Like, you're actually the ultimate villain, but like...
Kind of. He's a descendant of... So the Ray Blood is this really scary guy who's never been announced until now. But, like, even the Yapul fear him. And, like, the Yapul, they're pretty high up there on the tier list of villains. And then some other villain, I cannot remember their name. I do not know where they are from. I don't know if they're real or not. But they also fear the Ray Blood. See, the Ray Blood can control monsters. Now, that's his big deal.
Okay, so the villain's from Dinozenon.
Yeah, but more effective.
Yeah.
Because he can control monsters across the cosmos. And I don't mean across Ultraman cosmos. I mean like the cosmos.
Okay.
Anyway, King Joe Black destroys the rescue squad, causing the sun to go out of orbit and to explode.
Wait. Our sun?
No, the artificial sun that they got up there.
Oh, right.
Identity Fraud is trading cards' sister, by the way. She's like, by the way, you're my brother. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Identity Fraud and trading cards have their final fight while everyone prepares to leave. King Joe Black, not content on causing the sun to explode, interferes with a steel chair. Trading card awakens to his Ray Blood genes and Mega evolves to start to overpower King Joe Black and Zeton. He then breaks the curse on Ultraman. Identity Fraud tells trading cards he's a Highlander and there can only be one. The Pendragon crew leave, but are attacked once more by King Joe, and Ultraman takes one for the team to let them escape. See, the planet is exploding.
Uh-huh.
And King Joe is trying to climb onto the Pendragon.
Uh-huh.
And then Ultraman mounts him to get him off. And then they both fall into the exploding planet.
So did Ultraman literally come back for like one episode just to go like, and now I'm gone?
Yes.
What the fuck is this series called?
Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle.
It's not even called Ultraman?
No.
Oh, alright. Fine. That's fair enough. I thought we were getting false marketing.
Oh, no. It's just in the Ultra... Maybe it's Ultraman Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle. And that's just to say, hey, this is part of the Ultraman franchise.
Mm.
Anyway, now we're on to the Never-Ending Odyssey. Which, now that I looked at it when I was watching it, and I'm like, oh, that's just Neo. That's just Mega Monster Battle Neo.
Okay.
I don't know. On the way back to Earth, the crew of the Pendragon stop at a space base where trading cards gets arrested. Meanwhile, a masked man using a starter monster handgun to eliminate other Rayonics. Those are the Ray Bloods. The gang gets separated when the base explodes, and trading cards ends up on Monster Fight Planet, the sequel. It's called Planet Hammer. I hate it. It's a dumb name.
I don't know. Boris wasn't that better.
No, Boris was worse, but Hammer isn't very good either. Mm-hmm. Trading Cards learns that Monster Fight Planet, the sequel, is a stage for the Rayonics tournament. Meanwhile, the masked man escapes the Pendragon, so we can abduct it and upgrade it, so we can get them to the planet, so we can kill everybody. Trading Cards finds one of Seven's boomerangs.
How the fuck did it end up all the way out there?
You'll find out.
Okay.
So the Pendragon slowly makes its way to the tournament. Basically, the guy, the Rayonics hunter, is like, look, I'm going to keep giving you coordinates, but that's only going to be pit stops, essentially. So that way, when we finally... Because if I give you the coordinates of the planet now, you're just going to throw me out of the ship. So I'm just going to, like, inch you along.
Fair.
Meanwhile, Trading Cards goes into rage mode to defeat another trainer using Zeton illusions. Trading Cards gets a smaller version of Seven's boomerang to commit crimes with.
Okay.
See, he's just... I think in the next episode, he's just beating people with it. He's just beating other trainers with it. The Pendragon crew regroups with the captain, and they put a stop to Trading Cards' rage mode. They're like, no, you're better than this. You're one of us. And he's just like, oh, yeah, you're right, I am one of you. Okay.
It was the rage in the boomerang.
It very well could have been. it very well could have been the boomerang.
Oh, God.
A rival reappears with another Uber monster, and then gets shamed again. The captain beats trading cards with Seven's boomerang to return him to normal. So he goes into rage mode, I guess, again. And the captain's just like, boomerang!
I mean, if anyone could whip someone into... if anything could whip... Look, there's nothing with more disciplinary power than a metal boomerang.
Yeah. Yeah. Trading Cards gets into a fight against Big the Alien and loses, but doesn't disappear because he's got main character status.
Does Big the Alien have a frog friend and a fishing pole?
No.
Damn.
No, Big the Alien's got a tyrant. He's a collection of monsters put together. I don't know if you remember in Taro, I think, where each of the Ultra Brothers gets beat up on a different planet, and Taro's too busy trying to force a kid to ride a bike to read their messages.
Yeah.
I think that's Tyrant.
Oh, okay.
Also, I love Big the Alien. He's my favorite. His name's Grande. That's why I call him Big.
Oh, okay.
Identity Fraud returns to explain why Trading Cards isn't dead, and that his soul is in the Battlenizer. So the Battlenizer is his Pokedex card reader.
Yeah, but that sounds familiar.
It probably does, because there's a thing called the Giga Battlenizer from one of the Mebius spin-offs. I think it was the Ghost Rebirth.
Oh, God. I don't like... Every time Ultraman does continuity, it always goes to shit. And then we get clitters.
No, they were the best.
I mean, that's not the result of continuity. That just happened to continue, but... Oh, God.
Trading Cards defeats Big, but he decides to leave instead. Also, Big the Alien wants to date Identity Fraud. He's like, out of respect for your beautiful sister, I'll leave right now, but you better give me her number. Introduce us next time.
I want to know why a Super Pokedex was a MacGuffin.
Oh, you'll find out.
They're actually going to explain that?
Yes.
They're going to explain the Giga Battlenizer.
Yes. Yes, they will.
Because I don't even remember what the Giga Battlenizer did. I think they made a weapon out of it.
Yeah, so the Giga Battlenizer is basically this, like, 2 clubs on a stick.
Uh-huh.
And it was able to recharge, or what the idea was, they were going to jam it into, what was his name?
There was some guy who was acting as, like, the vessel for the
it was a robot samurai thing, and they jam it into him so he can become the Ghost Rebirth, so Alien and Para could come back.
You know, now that you've stated all of that, suddenly the idea of just inserting the Battlenizer, like now that a Battlenizer has been described as basically, it's your, is it a Pokedex or is it more like your PC in a Pokemon game?
It's kind of more like a PC.
That's what I figured.
It just folds open like a Pokedex.
Yeah, it's a collection of data that can produce physical things. So now that makes the Giga Battlenizer make more sense, where it's like, it's even bigger, so it can hold a really bad guy and his information and stuff. I don't fucking know. I'm just theorizing before you break out with like, and the Giga Battlenizer was actually just, I don't know, a battery. It's like, oh my God.
Well, you're kind of on the right track.
With the battery?
No, with
the...
Good. Okay, so an alien attempts to disguise himself as the first officer to take out the Pendragon's Rayonics user. Unfortunately, he doesn't know who it is, and he thinks it's the walking encyclopedia.
I keep forgetting that's a character. Okay. I'm assuming they just have They're there for exposition, I guess.
Yes, he's really into monsters.
Oh.
So this alien breaks into his room and sees all his monster figures, and then he reads a file on his type of alien, and he's just like, oh shit.
Oh boy.
And as he's trying to escape, the encyclopedia guy and the mechanic, they start playing one of the Ultraman fighting evolution games.
Okay.
And they're just like, yeah, I defeated alien guts with one hit, and Zeton was no match for me. And so the fucking dude's hearing this, he's just like, oh shit, this guy's really powerful. I better get out of here. This episode's really good, actually.
What was I gonna say? I had something. It's gone. No, no, it was relevant. Like, it was really relevant, and now I'm frustrated. Because my brain was on it, and then my brain went on like a tangent when you mentioned monster figures, and I started thinking about Gridman, Quad S Gridman. What was I thinking about before then? Fuck. Because the Log Encyclopedia guy went in and he's figured out that. Yeah, no, I have no idea. I if it comes back to me, I'll try and mention it, but I literally can't even remember.
Was it something about the alien pulling up his own data on the guy, on himself?
No, it wasn't specifically about that. It was in the midst of, like... I mentioned the Walking Encyclopedia being about exposition, and then you mentioned that he was really into kaiju. I don't... If it comes back to me, I'll mention it, but otherwise I'm just wasting time.
Alright, so one of the Radix users decides a sword is better than using monsters, and he cuts his way to the top. He awakens the Armored Darkness, which you might remember from Mebius.
No.
Okay, it was one of the side stories. It was another thing for Alien Empire to come back with. Anyway, Hikari was supposed to take care of that, and he apparently didn't.
Nice.
Either that or he just dumped it on the planet. It's like, yeah, whatever. They'll never know. And so the guy, the Radix user with the sword, he gets killed instantly. He doesn't actually get killed. He comes back later. But he, like, explodes. So, you know, I was thinking... Anyway. 7 was actually in the Armored Darkness for some reason.
No, he didn't. He died in...
He died in Leo, returned in Mebius, and then is now just in the Armored Darkness.
Okay.
And for thanking trading cards for saving him, he's just like, here's a capsule monster.
Oh, good. From 7?
Yeah.
Wow. What a gift.
Not even one of the good ones. I mean,
there were good ones?
No?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Actually, the robot might have been a good one. Except he just gets used once. He's the one who's got like a 60-hour recharge time for 1 minute of action.
Lovely.
But no, they give him Miklas, the one that sucks. I don't know, they used him a lot in Mebius as well. Except they genetically modified him to use electricity. This one doesn't get to do that. He gets a power scoot on his ass.
Oh. That's who that was.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly remembering that I was going to bring something up that related to something that you sent, but now I lost it again. Hang on. if I go back in the messages, I might find it because you sent them at around the same time. So, we had what's his face scooting on his ass. Right. I was going to mention something about when you mentioned the kaiju enthusiast and whether he's the one who got all excited about a certain character making a return. Who's like, this is...
Piguila.
Damn it, you weren't supposed to spoil that.
Oh, well.
Is that the same guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he looked way too excited.
Yeah, he was really into it.
Yeah. I mean, I was excited too, even though I literally didn't know what Pagila looked like. I still think of him as a giant penguin.
I mean, he's close enough. He's got a horn and everything. Then that's penguin-like.
The fuck kind of penguins are you talking about?
The horned kind.
No, you're thinking of Empoleon. That's different.
No, that guy's got a fucking trident on his face. That's not a horn.
It's closer than any other penguin I know about.
Anyway. So they're at the Rayonic hunters get their King Joe Blacks wrecked by trading cards and Big the Alien. Capsule Monster gets a victory.
Which one?
The one that's 7-game Nicholas.
The one that scoots on his ass?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember how he did it. I think he just I think trading cards was like, no, you can do it. You're the best. You're the best monster that 7 gave me. And Nicholas was like, yeah, I guess that's enough motivation. But yeah, no, the Rayonic hunters are just like, not the one from earlier, not the one who abducted the Pendragon.
Mm-hmm.
Just different ones. See, they come from a planet 50 years. They come from the future, 50 years from when this takes place, because the end result of this Rayonics tournament, it ends up with their planet being destroyed. And so they've come back in time to just murder all of them indiscriminately, and then just be like, oh, I hope we're done. This will change the future. And
it's like the opposite of the Gundam fight. Well, okay, the opposite of what the Gundam fight eventuated. Because I guess the Gundam fight didn't directly fix the planet.
Yeah, no, the Gundam. Wait, which Gundam fight are we talking about? Are we talking about the G Gundam universe?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fuck is it actually called?
What, the G Gundam universe?
No, the tournament that they're participating in.
In G Gundam.
Yes.
Isn't it just the Gundam battles?
Oh god! They every time they bring up the fucking rules, but I can't remember what they refer to the.
I don't know. I just remember Rule 4 is like the battleground is Earth.
Well, but they say like rule number blank of the whatever, which is the proper title for the tournament they're taking part in.
Like the Gundam Fight Federation or some nonsense.
Oh god, I don't know. Well, that's like the group that sponsors it, but like, it doesn't matter. Not right now.
Alright, so the Rayonics hunters decide to use Rayonics instead of killing them, starting with trading cards, who goes full Muso on their army of King Joe Blacks and 1 King Joe Red. I don't know why there's a red one in there. He's not center. He's just off in the background. He's just there. And nobody looks at him. And King Joe's not supposed to be red anyway. He's more of a yellowish, beige kind of. At least vanilla King Joe from 7. But yeah, no, the one hunter who abducted their ship, he's like, no, I believe in trading cards. He's gonna be a good Rayonics user and not fuck over our planet. I swear. And the commander's just like, yeah, that's cool and all. We're gonna brainwash him. I mean, he won't fuck over our planet if, if we're having him do the fucking over. So they kidnap his friends, and then he turns heel, the Ronyx Hunter, and he lets him go. Yeah. And then he dies, along with the rest of them. And the ones that do survive, they go back to the future, and they're just like, to the future, and then they explode. Trading cards and Big the Alien score off in the finals, with trading cards refusing to deal the final blow. He then enters the planet to find the Armored Darkness yet again, who might be his dad.
Is that something I'm supposed to know as an entity?
What, the Armored Darkness?
Yeah.
I've brought it up multiple times.
I thought it was a sword.
No, it's a suit of armor powered by a sword.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Also, it's the thing that Seven was in, it's the thing that Hikari was in.
Yeah, it's the thing that they're supposed to revive What's-His-Face.
Yeah.
Alongside the Giga Battlenizer. Well, not alongside, but in addition to.
Yeah.
Like, as an additional backup, I guess.
Anyway, Trading Cards defeats and frees the Sword around and rejects his claim to the cosmic control. This makes Dad big mad and hops in the Armored Darkness. Big the Alien shows up to help defeat the Armored Dadness. Dad's pretty salty about that and detonates the planet.
Again, we're blowing up another planet.
Yes. Yes. It's kind of like a black hole, and they're like, oh no, we're being pulled in, and then there's this big shadow arm coming out to grab the Pendragon.
Oh my god.
And then Ultraman and Ultra 7 show up, and they just start shooting it.
Which Ultraman?
Original Ultraman.
Why?
Because he was on the other planet. He was on Boris. He's got a stake in this now.
But I thought that was just an Ultraman.
No, that was the Ultraman. That was. I mean, that wasn't the Ultraman. That wasn't Ultraman Jonesy. That was Ultraman 66.
Like OG.
Yes.
But I thought OG was just a parasite.
Sometimes. It varies on who's directing. I think he is indeed a parasite. He's just basically copied the dude's look, and that's why that's why whenever the guy is, they always get the same guy to play him, his human form.
Mm.
Speaking of which, he comes back for the movie.
Okay.
They give him an assault rifle. It's hilarious.
Well, I mean, he did survive blowing up an exploding planet, so I guess whatever. Why is 7 so popular?
I don't know. Everybody seems to agree that 7 is one of the best of the Showa Ultramen. And I look at it and I go, no, 7 killed most of my enjoyment for the Showa. He's only better than Jack, honestly, in my opinion. Like, those two are both bottom tier Ultramen.
I mean, regular Ultraman isn't that great either.
Yeah, but at least he has the claim of being the original one. He's got something there.
Yeah, but like...
7's just, hey, I'm the same guy, except everybody's alien invaders. Yeah, and then Jack's like, hey, I'm the same guy.
Honestly, 7 was only good in Leo.
Yeah.
When he broke his leg and couldn't transform, it was just salty. And just kept putting Leo into random situations and going, figure it out, stupid.
I think 7 works better as a supporting character.
And I don't even know why, because, like, I don't even know why he's called 7.
Because he's the 7th member of a group of 5 people.
I was going to say, of a group of people that doesn't include 7 people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does once they recruit the 6th guy.
After Ultraman's been a part of it.
Yes, after 7 makes his debut, they recruit the 6th guy.
But when they recruit the 6th guy, is that when they determine that he's 7?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, the 5 of them see 7, and they're like, that's Ultra 7. And then they recruit the 6th guy. The only thing I can think of on why he's called Ultra 7 is because it was I'm pretty sure it was 1967. It's when his show came out.
Uh-huh.
And that's the only thing I got.
He doesn't even have 7 monsters?
No! He's got 4. One of which doesn't show up in his own series. Look, Pokemon trainers can't have more than 6 monsters.
Look, well, yeah, but like, even if it's like Ultra 7 and his 6 monsters, that makes sense.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
In fact, that makes so much sense that I'm like, why is Pokemon 6 monsters and a trainer? Oh my god. This is so How did 7 inspire Pokemon? I don't get it.
Because there were like 4 episodes where he threw out a Pokemon and that was it.
But there's other Ultramen who do that better.
No, it's not. Not that I've seen.
Okay, well then maybe I'm thinking of something that's from later, but I remember specifically like capsules.
The only time the capsule monsters have been useful was in Mebius, and that was in 2006. That was after the Pokemon craze.
Yeah, that's stupid. I don't get it. I don't get any of this shit.
Anyway.
I can't believe something... Like, I'm sorry. I need to rant about this, because the whole thing that inspired any attempt at this was me being like, Ultraman inspired Pokemon. I want to know where this came from. Only to find out that the Pokemon creators were like, yeah, this totally inspired me. The capsule monsters don't really do anything. In fact, they're basically not used.
Maybe they're talking about the Heisei Ultra 7. Ultra 7 in the 90s.
That's even dumber, because that means they were inspired...
Like 5 minutes before they started making it?
Pretty much!
I mean...
As adults!
Hey, they're gonna happen.
I'm not saying it can't, but like... that's like... And this isn't... This is actually more of me shitting on Ultraman than shitting on Pokemon, because Pokemon's brilliant. Like, for all its flaws, it's a very simple thing that appeals to a wide range of people, because a lot of people like animals. And a lot of people like kaiju. And you can just make a series out of using those things and making them butt heads like toys. Like, it works!
Yeah, that's called Transformers.
But then they're sitting around and they're like, yeah, Ultra 7 inspired this. And you go and watch Ultra 7 and you're like, how? This is garbage. Like, he doesn't accomplish anything with his monsters. He usually has to do shit himself.
Hey, one of his monsters got brainwashed.
That's not an accomplishment.
They didn't have a monster for that episode, so they didn't play one of his own capsule monsters.
Like, I'm sorry, it's just become amazing to me how, like, all this screams at me is that, like, this can't be it. This can't be all of it. It can't just be Ultra 7. There has to be other stuff. And maybe I gotta dig into it, but, like Ultra 7 feels like, yeah, they thought about the idea of having monsters in capsules and using them to fight. And they just thought about that idea and thought it was cool. But I feel like there has to be something else that kind of kickstarts that, because from the way you talk about it, the capsule monsters are really not a big part of the show.
No, they're in 4 episodes.
Yeah, that's out of...
That's a little bit less than a tenth of the episodes.
Yeah, that's my point. Is like... There's gotta be more.
Maybe the Pokemon guy saw only those 4 episodes.
He had that... Maybe you just had that videotape. I don't know. I remember when videotapes had, like, 2 Pokemon episodes on it, and it was like, why?
Money.
Yeah. It still sucked.
Well, that's why they started putting movies on Game Boy Advance carts. Just in case you wanted to watch Shrek as a GIF.
You ever wanted to watch Shrek in, like, 50p? like like, I don't even think there's a 50 in any of the... Either way, like... No, it just... I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
The more we dig into this series, the less sense it makes.
Yeah. No, it's a wonderful time.
Like, I'll be honest, I still see Bemilar as Tyranitar. Like, I get it. He's got the spine. He's... Okay, Tyranitar is a way better looking Bemilar.
Well, yeah.
By miles!
They didn't have to make him out of rubber.
Fair.
They didn't have to make it so a person could fit in it.
Fair, but, like... Bemilar looks stupid.
Have you seen, like, 90% of the Ultra Kaiju?
I mean, I saw the one that flipped the table. I like, the more I stare at him, like, the more confused I get, because it looks like a vertical fish, but he's got, like, weird, like, multi-tentacled arms. And I'm just, like, the more I stare at him, the more I'm just, like, I don't...
Well, he's less of a kaiju and he's an alien.
Why did he have a giant table? Was it a giant table?
It was not a giant table. It was a people-sized table.
Alright, I had to know, because, like, in any screenshot of Ultraman, you don't know what the scale is. Unless there's buildings.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you don't know.
Yeah, that's not this show. There are no buildings in this show. They saved budget by going to the barren wastelands. Anyway, here's Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, the movie. So Ultraman Belial has broken out of Ultra Prison, and together with the Giga Battlenizer, he curb stomps nearly all of the named Ultramen. And when I say nearly all of the named Ultramen, I mean that. Like, there is a whole shot of just fucking Ultramen. Like, including the Hanna-Barbera ones. And I think Jonesy was there too.
Hang on. So you're telling me that Ultraman Star has a real-life physical suit now?
Yes.
That's weird.
It's weirder that the Hanna-Barbera ones have suits.
I mean, it's weird in both directions, because it's just like, it's something drawn suddenly made real, and you're just like...
to be honest, I
it
don't...
It makes it feel more real. Like, it's so weird. What it makes it feel like, it's the equivalent of when, It's really the equivalent of when they make a live action, like a good live action of something that was originally cartoon. Like, it suddenly feels like the cartoon was just a dramatization of something that was legitimately real. Like, everything that you saw really did happen. It was just drawn. And this is, I don't know, there's just something about it. It's like when you went to see Detective Pikachu and you saw Pokemon for real. And, like, it's so weird to have that anime nonsense suddenly translated into something that feels more physical and real. And you're just like, yeah, no, real Charizard, not okay. Don't want this. Don't want it around. Mr. Mime, freaky as fuck. God, I hate it.
Oh, Mr.
Or a
Mime's
Lickitung. Lickitung is the worst. But, like, it adds a layer of reality that's just kind of uncomfortable and makes certain scenes that I remember from Ultraman Star, or whatever the fuck you called him. Was that Jonesy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes Jonesy's scenes where they seem just whimsical and stupid into, like, this really happened? There was really a robot dressed up as whatever, a weird gorilla orangutan with way too much fur going around yelling, "Puss! Puss!" Like...
Yeah, that all happened. That was real.
Sorry,
I think even weirder still, they got, like... I think they still had the costume for, like, Ultraman Powered, the American one.
Oh.
and they rolled him in there, like he's in there for a shot. He immediately gets destroyed.
Uh-huh.
Along with Ultraman Great, the Australian one.
Oh, God.
Like, they're both there.
What the fuck?
The only one I don't think is there is like Zerth. Because I feel like he'd be pretty easy to pick out.
I don't even remember what he looked like.
He's got like a Kamen Rider helmet.
That's weird.
Like, he doesn't quite look like an Ultraman. But I don't think he was there. But no, like, almost all the named ones, like all the Ultra Brothers, like they were there.
Also, Belial.
Belial.
Is he from a different series?
No, he's from this. This is the first time that... This is... Okay, well, I think this is the first time he's ever brought up in Ultraman lore. But he does get brought back, because he's the father of Geed.
I don't know who that is.
Don't worry, I don't know either.
Alright, cool. No, it's just Belial sounds familiar, but,
He's the only Dark Ultraman.
other than the blue one from
Mebius? Or are
For
you talking about Aggle?
Yeah, sure.
The one who's like, yeah, I'm gonna save the planet, not the people, the planet.
Yeah, pretty much.
He wasn't a demon Ultraman.
No,
like
but
Belial is.
But he. That's so. What are Ultramen like Namekians? Like, I don't understand.
No, we'll get a crash course on the history. I didn't write down notes, but I watched the movie last night, so I still kind of remember it.
Okay.
So,
Also, the Giga Battlenizer. I did not. I did catch that. That's coming.
yeah. You see at the end of Ghost Rebirth, somebody grabs it.
Oh.
And that's revealed to be the alien who pretended to be the first officer in order to find the Rhyonics guy. It's that alien.
I already lost track of.
He's the one who thought the encyclopedia was the guy he wanted to kill. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fucking
It's
remember.
fine. That was like 15 minutes ago.
I know. It's just there's so many characters. There's so many principal characters that I'm losing everything.
Anyway, so Belial steals the ultralight and frees his ultra home. Mebius survives due to being thrown into space, and then he just shows up and kidnaps trading cards.
Wait, Mebius.
Is
he the one who's like, we don't kill kaiju around here?
No, that's Cosmos.
Okay, so who the fuck is Mebius?
Mebius is the 40th anniversary cameo season.
So he's from garbage.
No, well, Mebius is fine. Remember, this would have been this would have been right before Ultra 7X. This is the one where...
I just remember there was one where you went through it, and I was, like, so fucking bored.
That was probably Cosmos. Because
Really?
Cosmos is like, hey, we're not going to kill any monsters. We're going to protect them with missiles. By the way, there's this light virus. I don't remember what they're called. We'll deal with that in the last, 5 episodes. Don't worry about that until later. Cosmos was definitely the one that you were bored with. Mebius was the one where, the first half of the show is, normal, and then the second half it's basically a cameo episode where one of the Ultra Brothers shows up to lead the plot for a little bit.
But doesn't every cameo just, kind of show up to be like, hey, I'm here, I'm not gonna be significant in solving this problem, but I'm here!
I don't know, Jack killed a guy.
Yeah, but Jack wants to kill children. I don't...
80 showed up to help his class graduate.
Oh, God, I remember that.
And then the school just summoned a hoe.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was for celebrations.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, so after Mebius just kidnaps him, he doesn't say anything, he just grabs him and runs.
Okay.
Because he shows up in, Ultraman form.
Yeah.
And trading cards is people-sized.
Oh,
He just fucking reaches down, grabs him, and just runs off the planet.
Oh my god.
Everybody's fucking shocked. Like, what just happened?
Yeah, I'd be like, what? Was that an Ultraman? Didn't they die at the other planet?
Well, Encyclopedia
exploding?
guy knows who Mebius is, because, he's an encyclopedia.
Why would he know who Mebius is?
Because he majored in monsterology.
I don't understand. Whatever, it's fine.
So
I guess I could see why.
So I didn't take notes for this, but Mebius gives trading cards a rundown of the Ultraman history. And basically, the sun went out in the M78 Nebula, so they replaced it with the Plasma Tower, the Ultralight, which fucking irradiated them, turning them into the Ultramen.
Oh my god.
And then later, Belial or Belial, they call him Belial, I hate it. I've always said Belial.
It sounds more biblical to say Belial.
But anyway, Belial looks at the Ultralight, he's like, man, that'd be really cool if that was in me. And he goes to steal it, and then they arrest him. And they beat him up and they throw him out to the moon. And then Ray Brad shows up and he's just like, wow, I can't believe they did that to you. That's pretty fucked up. Anyway, you want to control monsters? I'm climbing inside you right now, Pi.
Okay, wait. So Belial came and is like, I'm gonna steal your artificial sun. They're like, the fuck you are! And they kick him out to the moon. And then Ray Blood / Ray Brad, depending on your persuasion, who I'm guessing is like the progenitor of the Ray Bloods, is just like, yo, I'm gonna give you my powers, and then performs a reverse Ultraman by going inside the Ultraman.
Yes. There's a shot of him crawling in below. Like, so I sent. There's two shots of that. There's one where the camera's from like behind Belial, and you see Rayblood's legs, like jutting out from the sides of his chest.
Like, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see like the equivalent of like, and like the legs are flapping as he's like trying to get in.
Doing that.
Oh, good.
And then it pans to like a side shot where his legs are still kicking. Like he's still trying to crawl in there. Anyway, with the
but that leads to the question of like, what is Belial?
He was an Ultraman.
What do you mean was?
He was an Ultraman. He was tempted by the light.
What does that mean?
He wanted the light for more power because he's like,
okay. So what you're saying is that he was an Ultra. He went to go steal the Ultralight when he was still an Ultraman.
Yes.
And then they kicked him out to the moon, and then Brad of the Ray variety was like, I'm gonna get all up in you and give you powers.
Yes.
And Belial's like, you look okay, get in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what turned him into a demon?
Pretty much, yes.
But then he eventually succeeds in... Like, where does he go after being kicked out to the moon?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So, now with the Giga Battleizer... So, the regular Battleizers can hold 3 monsters.
Okay.
The Giga Battleizer can hold 100.
That's a lot.
So, with his army of monsters, he shows up on Ultra Planet.
Okay, so he goes on his own adventure after Brad gets all up in him.
Yes, probably. Yeah. He collects 100 monsters.
He goes on his own Thanos adventure, collecting everything he needs to win.
Yeah, the Infinity Monsters.
He's got, as far as anyone with the Battle Knives is concerned, he's got Infinity. How do you beat a team of 100?
Oh, you'll find out.
What's even dumber is that why was the data space for 100 monsters required in order to make one whatever the fuck his name was.
I don't know. I don't think they really thought about it. They're just like, fuck, whatever. We got this thing called the Giga Battleizer. I want to use it. It sounds cool.
I mean, to be fair, the idea that the Giga Battleizer is a storage device makes a lot more sense when you're like, and that's how they're going to bring back what's-his-face, by plugging it into the robot. And it's like, alright, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than just like, it's a power source, because that's just stupid. But the idea that you could put data on it, it's like, yeah, alright, that makes sense, because the villain's probably worth, like, more than 3 monsters of data, so it's like, you need the Giga Battleizer, because, like, Battleizer's only got, like, 256 megabytes. It's like, this ain't gonna hold shit!
I mean, we can get a Pigmon in there, and that's probably about it.
Yeah, you can get a Pigmon, and that one guy that scoots on his ass, and maybe a random bird, and it's like, and it's full! Man, thanks, Sony. Anyway.
So he returns back to the Land of Light, Ultra Planet, Ultra Helm, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And he basically goes on a curb stomping spree again in the past. And it's only stopped when Ultraman King shows up and just kind of kicks his ass.
Does this have anything to do with using the key?
No.
Damn it.
So after Belial's defeated the first time, they make a Rubik's Cube. They shove him in it, and it's Ultra Prison. It just floats around the planet now.
Hang on, so he came back in the past with the Giga Battleizer?
So right now, Mebius is explaining what happened to trading cards. So this is all a flashback.
Well, no, but hang on. So he got kicked. I'm trying to reiterate.
Okay.
I'm like actually slightly invested in this because there's actually some interesting continuity, and it's not absolutely stupid. So I'm here. So Belial's like, I'm gonna steal the sun. Like, the fuck you are. Go to the moon. And Brad's like, I'm getting all up in that, and he does. And then what you're saying is that he did things and then came back and got beaten.
Yes.
Was that him having the Giga Battleizer?
Yes.
Okay. So that happened way in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put him in a cube. Okay, that was just that.
And then to steal the Battleizer, Ultraman King took it to hell. Just put it in a hell cube. It's called the Valley of Flames. Only an Ultraman can go in there, so they tricked Mebius into going in there.
What?
So in the Ghost Rebirth, Mebius is tricked into getting the Giga Battleizer from the Hell Dimension, so he can save Taro and Ace, I think.
I don't know if either of those is worth saving.
and so that's how the Battleizer gets out of the Hell Dimension, so it can get back into Belial's hands.
Okay.
Yeah, so after hearing all of this, Trading Cards is like, well, that's fucking stupid, I'm in.
Alright.
And so, let's see, where were we? Ultra and 7 also survived the planet turning into ice.
I mean,
Because
Ultraman 66 survived the literal planet exploding. I don't see how... And 7 survived... stuff. he I think he's been blown up at least once. I think. Isn't that how he died?
Yeah, he died. That's how he died in Leo.
And then I don't know how the fuck he appeared in, because he appeared one other time before this, right?
No, well, it would have been Mebius.
Yeah. I don't know.
You see, because he died. Death is covered under Ultra Health Care.
Right.
Life surgery is not.
We explained this. I forgot. By dying, he triggered. He finally triggered one of the things that allowed Ultra somebody to bring him back to life. Okay. I wonder if that's how the other... Why 66 keeps coming back, but I don't think Ultra 66 ever got revived.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever, like, outright died. Actually, no, he did die. He died at the end of Ultraman, actually. But Zoffy shows up with a 1-up.
Oh, of course.
And he's just like, well, we'll just call this one a MacGuffin.
You mean a mulligan?
Yeah, whatever. That's what I meant. It was a MacGuffin.
I mean, it probably was a MacGuffin, but I think the word you were trying to go for was a mulligan, where it's like, let's just try this again.
Yeah, there we go. It's a mulligan, whatever.
Yeah.
So Ultraman 7, they survived, but they're forced back into their human forms to conserve power.
Okay.
And so 7 uses his Capsulmons, and they're actually effective this time.
Surprising.
And since Ultraman doesn't really have anything in his human form, they just give him an assault rifle.
Have a gun.
And it's the funniest thing because it's just this old man with an assault rifle.
Oh god, yeah, he would be very old by now.
It's really good. So they get some power from Taro, who's been holding what's left of the Ultralight. Like it's
Where did Taro come from? I thought.
You see, during the initial curb stomping of the Ultras, Ultra Dad and Ultra Mom are fighting off Belial. And then, as he's stealing the light a second time, Taro...
Okay, I'm losing the plot here. Is this in the present?
This is in the present, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so... See, I didn't have notes for this, so...
No, it's fine.
But, like, Taro is keeping the literal last spark of the ultralight there.
Okay, but wouldn't he have...
He got frozen, yes.
Okay.
Along with Ultra Dad and Ultra Mom, they're just sort of like they're there. But he's like, hey guys, take the rest of my power and then go off to the monster graveyard.
Hang on, I have a stupid question.
I'm sure it's not a stupid question, but okay.
Isn't Ultraman Star Jonesy from a different planet?
No.
What?
No, I'm pretty sure he's from the same planet.
Then who the fuck is the Ultra President?
Yeah,
Who is he other than... Who is he in...
Maybe Jonesy was from a different planet. I don't remember.
Like...
It was
There's an Ultra President and there's an Ultra King. They can't both be from the same fucking planet.
Well, they totally can.
No. The only way I'm accepting this is if Ultra President was like a mistranslation and it actually was Ultra King.
It could have been, I don't know.
And he was just like, I'm changing my image.
It also could have been they were from different planets, and I don't remember because they.
Well, because a couple of them are from different planets.
That's only Leo. Only Leo's from a different planet. Leo and Astra.
Okay, but like...
And Ultraman King just isn't on Ultra Planet most of the time.
That's pretty dumb.
He's a really shitty king.
Yeah, that's fine. Maybe he moonlights as the Ultra President on the other planet. That's just what he's doing.
Yeah, that's his human form, yeah.
He's got two thrones to deal with.
Okay, so they go to the monster graveyard, where Belial is using all the spirits of monsters to fill up his Battlenizer.
Mm.
And he's gonna just send them... He's gonna take over the universe.
With 100 monsters.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, to be fair, he can revive them from the dead. He just has to hang out in the graveyard, and the monsters should just come back. By the way, robots have souls.
Look, we're dealing with a country that thinks that electronics have, like, spirits in them.
See, because fucking King Joe Black shows up in the monster graveyard.
Of course! It's his yokai!
And I'm just like, why King Joe? Why is he here? And it gets really weird, because, like, they don't separate kaiju and aliens. They're just like, now, everybody goes here now. If you're not human or an Ultraman, everyone goes to the monster graveyard.
But aren't the humans related to the Ultramen?
Sort of, yes.
Mm.
Anyway, so meanwhile, Leo is training Zero in Seven fashion. He's put Zero into fucking training gear that inhibits his motions, and he's just punching him repeatedly. He is just going all ham on him.
See, this is directing from someone who saw Leo and gets it. They're like, this has to happen. He needs it. Leo needs this. Oh, God.
So meanwhile from that, Dinah shows up so he can move the crew of the Pendragon to the final fight.
Jesus, everyone's fucking showing up.
Yeah, so when I sort of like all the named ones, Dinah's obviously out. So is Ultra 7 2021.
But isn't he from like a different universe?
Yeah, but so is fucking Tiga and Dinah and Gaia and Cosmos. They were all fucking rolled back in.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. Ultraman's gonna open their own universes. Fucking 7 did that in Ultra 7X. You're gonna go fight some giant fucking sentry spiders. Anyway. So, Zero completes his training because he, So there's a Pigmon in the training arena. And it's about to be crushed by a mountain. And, Zero catches the mountains, and he's like, yo, you need to get the fuck out of here. And everybody's like, you did it, you did it, Zero, you completed training. By the way, Ultra 7's your dad, and he's the one who sent you here. Because Zero's backstory is that he too was trying to steal the fucking ultralight.
Oh no.
And 7 shows up, he's like, bad child, slaps him. And then they take him away. And so,
you know, that's funny because like that's justification and makes it a little bit better that he's getting the shit beaten out of him. But Leo didn't do anything. Leo didn't deserve to get the shit beaten out of him by an old man.
Well, he was a lesser class Ultraman. Remember he only had 200. He only had like 4 minutes worth of time instead of 5 or. Fuck.
I don't remember this shit. No offense.
No, it's fine. I vaguely remember. I only remember things that, like, we laugh about.
Yeah.
But he's got less time on his Ultra Timer than...
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. It's just goofy to me that it's, like... You see, he got the crap beaten out of him because he was a bad. And so it's funny that he's Seven's son... and he's getting the shit beaten out of him by Leo. But then there's justification, and then you look back at Leo, and it's like, Leo didn't deserve to get the shit beaten out of him. That actually made it funnier. It was just like...
He wasn't a good Ultraman, that's the problem.
I mean, the entire show proves it. His entire friends and family basically dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's mostly his fault.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Anyway, so you were wondering how they were going to take care of 100 monsters with only Ultraman, Ultra 7, Mebius, and trading cards.
I mean, that's still like 10 entities in total, maybe. We're getting there.
So basically, before all this goes down, trading cards gets corrupted to the Rayblood side, knocking 7 out of the fight.
Oh, good. I forgot. Yeah, okay.
And so, 7's last act is throwing his boomerang through a wormhole to be like, yo, we need you. Please come.
What? To who?
To, Leo, Astro, 7, or 0, and I keep calling Ultraman 07 for some reason. And the Ultraman King, he throws a boomerang.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, it's from Ultra 7.
I mean, who else would it be from?
And so, basically all the Ultramen at this point are down and out. Then fucking Ultraman 0 shows up and just fucking no-sells everything. like he just murders whatever's left of the 100 monsters.
Alright.
And then he beats the shit out of Belial. He throws him in a river of lava. And they're like, okay, 0, you've earned the right to take the Ultralight back to Ultra Home. And Belial gets up and he's just like, No, fuck that noise. All the fucking ghosts of the kaiju go into the river of lava. They fuse into one super monster. And then they proceed to beat the shit out of the Ultramen yet again.
Okay.
Trading cards gets better. He stops being evil. He walks over to the Giga Battlenizer, and he's just like, listen to me, all you monsters. You belong to me now. So he's controlling all 100 now, and he's forcing them to basically do nothing while Belial gets shot in the face.
I don't know, something about, like, the idea that Belial has the progenitor of all the Raybrads in him, that somehow, what's-his-face, trading cards could just walk up and be like, you listen to me now, and they're just like, yep.
Well, he won the tournament, they knew that.
That's dumb. That's really dumb. That's extremely dumb. Wasn't the tournament from, like, not this movie?
It was from this show.
Yeah, but still, that wasn't a key point of this movie that he won the tournament.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
I'm sorry, there's just something...
It's less of him controlling it and more of him just kind of restraining them.
Regardless, the whole idea that he could just walk up to this thing... Like,
that's because Belial doesn't have the Giga Battlenizer anymore. So if somebody else could use the Battlenizer, they could wrest control from him.
Hang on, where the fuck is trading cards in the midst of all of this? Where's the Battlenizer? Where's the Giga Battlenizer? Like, are they in a different location?
Sort of.
Then how the fuck is Belial being like, all the monsters go attack?
So, Belial gets thrown into the river of lava, off the battlefield.
Yeah.
The monsters follow him down there, then they fuse and become one big giant monster.
Uh-huh.
And while all the Ultramen are flying over there to punch the monsters in the face, trading cards falls off this little plateau and scoots over to where the Giga Battlenizer fell over. And he starts slapping it.
Why would Belial just be like, why?
Why would he just, forget that it exists?
Well, considering the fact that he's literally using it to make the giant fusion of monsters.
No, he's not using it to make the fusion of monsters.
I thought that's what he did. I thought he said...
No, he dropped it, and then the ghosts of the monsters...
But I thought he commanded the ghosts to do it.
No, they just did that on their own free will.
Okay, well, that's fucking weird. Alright, because the way you explained it sounded like Belial willed them to do it.
I mean, maybe he did. To me, it just looked like all the ghosts were like, yo, fucking river lava party? Hell yeah, let's get in on that.
Oh, okay.
Let's all become one.
The way you phrased it was like...
Massive kaiju orgy.
No, the way you phrased it was like Belial got up and was like, oh, hell no. But it... Whatever. Either way, alright, fine. He lost his grip on the Battlenizer and was like, oh shit, my keys, where are they? And then trading cards is like, I have your keys. Your car is mine now. Monsters, stop.
More or less, yes.
Oh my god. Still more compelling than anything else I've listened to.
Well, that's good.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the last thing that happens is, Ultraman King comes down to hold an Ultra Press conference on Ultra Planet, and it's just like, hey, we did it! Yay! Be good to each other. And then he leaves.
Well, yeah, he's got to go be Ultra President.
And then...
Stars is looking around like, where the fuck did our president go? And then Ultra King has to, sneak behind a rock and then come back out as an old gray man and just be like, hey, Star, Jonesy, whatever. I keep wanting to call him Star because I think something actually referred to him as Star.
Yeah, it's the Star Ultraman. That the little star in the title card.
Well, I thought they officially referred to him as Ultraman Star.
No. Just Jonesy.
No, you call him Jonesy. That's different.
No, he's got a name. They start calling him, well, the humans don't call him Jonesy, but the other Ultramen call him Jonesy.
Do they actually call him Jonesy?
Not Jonesy, but they call him his name. It's like Jonius.
Oh, right. Whatever. It's fine.
And I think the last scene of this movie is 7 and 0. And Zero's like, Pappy? And they hug.
That's nice.
And the crew of the Pendragon still hasn't gotten home yet. Dinah promises to guide them at least to where their next fucking delivery. They see their delivery company.
Oh. Okay.
And Dinah's like, yeah, I guess I can guide you to the next fucking... to the next closest planet. So we're kind of far away from your jurisdiction. Being, 300 million light years away. A little far out. Might take you might be a few years late getting your delivery. Also, please don't step into the planet, the Ultra Planet's light. It will blind you. It might also mutate you. We're not sure. Just don't do it. Anyway, next up is a series of movies based on Ultraman Zero. Because everybody was like, wow, that guy's really cool. He murdered like 80 monsters by himself.
Hang on, did he just show up for this movie?
Yes.
This was his first appearance.
I think so.
I'm glad that his first appearance was getting the shit beat out of him. That's promising. Although, granted, it was followed up by apparently the greatest kaiju curb stomp of all time, so...
Yeah, no, he's apparently one of the coolest ones.
I don't trust that.
He's got like 4 movies. Sure, he didn't get a show.
No, but I'm saying when they specifically say he's one of the coolest, I'm like, no. Because they said that about 7.
Well, look. Zero shows up in at least 2 other shows.
If they specifically said he's the most powerful, I'd be like, oh yeah, sure. It's like how Richter is the most powerful Belmont. It's like, yeah, that doesn't make him the coolest. He gets his mind stolen by Shaft, but like...
Whoa, spoilers. Yeah. Spoilers for that 20-year-old, almost 30-year-old game.
Yeah, well, regardless. It's like, I would believe that Zero is like the strongest Ultraman, given what you've told me. But the idea that he's the coolest, I'm like, I don't know, man. I've heard that. I've heard people try and spin that yarn for Zero and whichever one was supposed to be Grimdark, but just ended up being stupid.
No, nobody thought Ultra 7X was good.
Yeah, but
nobody thought that was cool. Everybody knew it was bad.
But I'm just saying, you were like, it's Ultra 7, but serious, and then it's like, it's not really serious or grimdark. It's just like a little bit gritty, but all just as stupid as any other Ultraman show.
I don't know, man. It was less stupid than anything from the show era. Remember the fucking Ultra Bucket?
Yeah.
Gotta make sure that monster's not drunk anymore. Hit him with the Ultra Bucket.
Look, budgets, man. Granted, they made a whole suit, but budget. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll see you for the Ultraman Zero movie spin-off sideshow attraction.